What's a podcast? 1, 2, 1, 2. We are back. Late night edition. A little buzz on Eddie's microphone will be okay. DJ Jerome Baker III. We are here. Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag She or Eddie.
What's up, Ron? Feel like it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's the two of us. Just been here holding it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just been here holding it down.
We appreciate that.
Both the visual and the vlog part of the podcast. We've been growing. We're getting new members. We're losing some folks. It's just, it is what it is, the time of year. And, we're happy to be here. So glad to have you back in the mix.
Thank you.
And we're going to proceed forward. A lot has been going on, both good and bad, but I think it's only right to kick it off with your return for some worldly travels.
Yeah. So, just got back from Italy. Went out there for my 10-year wedding anniversary. It was really dope, man. It was my first time in Italy. I've been to Europe a few times, but first time in Italy. So we flew into Rome for a few days, kind of did all the touristy things to see, all the different colosseums and churches and just sort of relics out there. Walked around, had some good food. Stayed in Rome for 2-3 days, I believe, and then took the train down to Naples. Chilled in Naples for the day. Got some pizza at like the oldest pizza place in the world. That was really dope. Naples is real. After Naples, we went to the Amalfi Coast, and we stayed there for about 5 days. And
it's tough to get there, right?
It's not really tough to get there. You have to definitely get driven in there. You know what I'm saying? There's no airport there, so you're gonna take like a crazy ass windy road through like But I didn't think it was crazy. I thought it was dope. Like the scenery is beautiful. It's all like a coastal drive, so it's really, really nice. Amalfi is beautiful, man. I don't know if you've been there or looked into it, but it's definitely like a really, really dope spot. Like
when I went to Rome last year, it was supposed to be Amalfi instead of Rome, but we ended up doing Rome instead.
And Amalfi is like the area, but then there's like little towns that sort of have different areas. Positano, actual Amalfi. I can't remember the other names of the places. I'm drawing a blank, but there's like a few different little like oceanfront beach port kind of towns, and they all crack off, man. It's really, really dope. We like rented a boat for the day, and you get to see the view from the water. That's really ill. So we stayed there for like a week. And then we went from Amalfi to Sicily, and Sicily was cracking. Like, so beautiful, man. Like, all the beaches that I've been to in Europe are kind of, well, not all of them, but most of the beaches are kind of like stone, not too much sand. The water's not typically clear, and Sicily was like the clearest water I've ever seen in my life. And like, I'm from Puerto Rico. I lived there for 7 years. The Caribbean, the water is clear. I mean, Sicily, the water was like crystal clear. You could see the bottom of the ocean like in a boat. You know what I mean? And like fish swimming everywhere. I didn't realize how close it is to Africa. I guess I just never looked at a map, but it's really, really close, and tons of like African and Middle Eastern influence over there. Even like in the actual Sicilian language, it's like, Italian, Arab, and like a big mix of like all the areas around it, like the language, the mix of all that. So you definitely see like a lot of brown people out there, and even like the Sicilians tend to be a little bit darker, hair's a little bit curlier.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really dope. Sicily was probably my favorite place. I mean, I love Rome, but Rome is definitely like an urban vacation. And I like sitting on the beach a little bit more.
So it's 87 miles from Sicily to Africa.
Yeah, nothing.
Was it? I think it's Tunisia, maybe. I think that's
like Tunisia, Egypt.
Yeah, something like that. I have a friend from Tunisia, and she actually lives in DC.
Yeah,
and flies back quite often. Like, maybe
that's a long flight.
For her, it's going home though, so she's an average trip.
That's like 10 hours, 10, 11 hours.
Yeah, for sure. But that's tight though, man. I mean, shout out to y'all for making that happen. I think that again, man, as as we all just mature in life, and I'm using mature instead of saying get older, but as we all mature in life, we all realize the importance of traveling and seeing the world and just really understanding. Like, you don't even got to go to like Rome is tight, but it's just 4 million people there, so there's just a ton going on all the time. But
for sure,
you hit those other spots, man. Those other spots are just as cool. And
I mean, when you think about it, man, that's all you take with you is your memories. So you got to get out there and see the world.
You got to see it. You know what I mean? You got to see the world. So if any of y'all haven't gotten TSA or been across the pond or down in Mexico or South America or something, man, do it. It's not going to hurt you.
And like getting there is expensive, but once you're there, dog, everything was very, very. I don't like to use the word cheap. Everything was very inexpensive. Like very inexpensive.
I feel like you just framed it the perfect way. Like getting there can be expensive, but once you're there, because I think what happens, and DC is like the perfect city for this, right? DC will have all these restaurants that are like, they'll be like Taiwanese street food, you know what I mean? And it costs like $4 in Taiwan or Thailand, right?
And here it's like $40.
In DC, it's $40. And that's the whole point of it is, bro, I appreciate your interpretation, but I don't appreciate the price markup.
For sure. Yeah.
So
like it was crazy cheap, man. I don't think we had a meal that was over like $200. Like, and I'm talking about like white tablecloth, like fine dining, like you out with your bird, you get a bottle of wine type shit, and not like most meals were like $30 and like buttery food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, 200 is a really great meal in any of those countries.
And here it's like going out to eat anywhere.
Scratching the surface. It's like I had to call Omar to get a discount at one of his restaurants. You know what I mean?
And it was still 200.
And it was still 200. Yeah, for sure.
And they do it right over there, man. Like even like just going there, like sitting at a cafe or sitting like a little bar, just watching like the locals move. They like do it right, man. They really, really work to live. You know what I mean? Like we live to work. They literally work to live, man. They like really enjoy life, and you know, they don't seem to take it too seriously, and they all have a good time. And I didn't really see any kind of like negative type of people out there. Nobody was drunk acting a fool. Nobody was like on like no violent type shit. It was just like real chill, really peaceful vacation, man.
Yeah, no, some of the things that I've seen are just, they obviously enjoy, like the finer things in life to them aren't material necessarily. It's all family based.
I mean, they're used to that though. Like that's like the fashion capital, like the finer thing, like they're used to it. It's not even like a big deal to them.
But you know, like it's like they're not hyping up material goods.
Nah, at all.
XYZ. It's just like, yo, this is what is native to us.
Yeah.
And so as a result of that, you know, you're gonna come over here and lose your mind and go crazy. But we're just over here chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
they're over here drinking wine, chilling.
But that's what they do all day. You know
that's what I'm saying, dog. And over there, like you can't get like unless you're like at a super tourist spot, you can't get no food from like 2:30 in the afternoon until 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
They shut shit down. You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
Yeah, they shut it down. Like, everywhere you'd want to eat is going to be closed. You're like forced to like eat breakfast and eat an early lunch, because if not, like you're going to eat shit food.
Yep. That's absolutely true. Well, shout out to you and the wife, man. That's fantastic. Yeah. Congratulations on 10 years. I DJ'd that wedding.
My man.
That was a good time. I myself just got back from a weekend in Arizona. That was fantastic. Just some slight DJing, just kind of running around, family.
Like little impromptu DJing, like, oh shit, you're here, jump on type shit?
Like, yo, I'll be there in 48 hours. You got anything? And I was like, actually, we do. And it was like, oh, take this and take
You played at a couple spots, right? Like every night you were there, you were out DJing.
Yes.
Pays for the trip.
Very nice.
And you got to catch up with moms.
Yeah, hung tight with moms.
How was the weather?
117.
Still.
Yeah.
When does that let up?
It's a record now. Like climate change has completely messed everything up. So
yeah, that's a fact.
It's supposed to be in the 90s. I think next week, maybe in the 90s. So you have people who are just frustrated at this point. That, you know. So we'll see. I love it though. I love a weekend home. I love to just be home.
Where were you playing? Were you in like Scottsdale, or were you?
Yeah, Scottsdale. Yeah, North Scottsdale and Old Town Scottsdale. So.
And how far is that from the crib? Next
15,
town over?
15 minutes. Yeah, just
okay,
you take it to the freeway. Once you get to the freeway, then you're just hitting the streets for a little bit. So.
Word.
Everything is peace though, man. I enjoy going home often. I enjoy going home a little too much.
Of course.
I got comfortable, and then I had to be on the plane at 8 in. So
I see you posted some shoes. Were those from the archive, or those just a new pickup?
That was from the archive. Yeah, those are Gary Payton's from 1998.
You brought them back, or you put them back?
No, those are Kellen's second pair. Because he's a 10.5. I'm 11. So he had a 10.5. It was in my bedroom, and I was just like, oh, yeah, this is the second pair he had back then. So still crisp.
Did he even know he still had them, or you just let him?
Yeah. My room was his closet now. So
okay.
But it was a wonderful experience. So, but yeah, home was tight, and I appreciate it. So, What's the podcast? We are here. Eddie's back. I mean, obviously, we want to give a shout out and a rest in peace to Dikembe Mutombo, big humanitarian basketball player. We also want to give a shout out to John Amos, who was on the Jeffersons, I believe.
Yep. Not Jeffersons. Good time.
Or the Jeffersons were good. Right?
Yeah, it wasn't. It was with JJ and them.
He was on Good Times and Roots and Coming to America.
Yep. McDowell.
Yeah, McDowell's. So shout out to that. Rest in peace. We're losing a lot of people recently, man. It's been crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
how many people are losing?
Every time you get on social media, there's 5 people that's gone.
Yeah. So you don't have the time that you think you do in this world, so get it all done as soon as you can. We are recording on a Wednesday, so the night before the vice presidential debate happened, and I don't know if people, from what I understand,
did you watch it?
No, I was actually passed out and I woke up late. So
did you caught a little snippets and shit?
Yeah, from what I saw, people just realized that JD Vance is just a smooth liar. Like Trump is a stupid liar, JD Vance is just a smooth liar.
I didn't know he was so young. He's only 40.
I mean, I guess he's trying to position himself as one thing, as he grew up in like a nice 4-bedroom home, opposite of what he's saying. People's made over $200,000 in Ohio. His mom was a nurse that stole drugs because she was an addict.
Yep.
From the, you know what I mean? So I guess he did not. They said, did Trump lose the election? And he did not commit to an answer.
Yeah.
So, he's just a smooth liar, they said. A smooth liar.
I watched parts of it. I started watching it, and then I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm just like, this is like...
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So we've got this going on. We've got Iran versus Israel.
Which is crazy.
That's going on. I think that... Because I was talking about it with somebody, and they were just like, what do you think? And I said, well, Israel was just knocking out everything that they could. I don't think that the world could stand by to see them do the.
Well, it's just like how long can people take what you're doing without somebody's going to react? Like they had, even the country of Israel had to expect some sort of retaliation from somebody. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Like how long?
I think Beirut, Lebanon, all these places, people were just like, these guys are bullies.
Yeah.
Right. It's no longer about the hostages. It's now about just trying to
genocide, man.
Yeah, it's genocide. Continued genocide. I mean, we got an update from our guy Oz. That was an interesting conversation.
That's Oz a real one.
Yeah, Oz is a super real one for that.
That's the real one, man.